Simon, do you want to add something on this?
Yes.
Including commenting about, the multilateralism, it's a building block within ASEAN.
I think multilateralism is always there. And you said it earlier, Dewi, about Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. On the Philippines and South China Sea, I think Richard and the Marcos presidency is correct. There are things that ASEAN can try to do, but at some essential point, they are former allies of the Americans, and there's nothing wrong with them relying on that if that's what they want to do. So I think this goes back to that wisdom. I mean, sometimes we use the word so frequently, we forget it. There is a need for unity, but to recognize that diversity, as Pak Marty and the keynote speakers, all of this has said. Now, what does it mean when you apply it to a difficult issue of the South China Sea? So I think that I agree that we are in a meeting at a very important time. There must be a certain intentionality, thinking through what ASEAN needs to do, and there must be speed. But when you put the two together, there cannot be rash action. We must look for a certain wisdom and timeliness to maintain certain fundamentals like the trust. Now, when we say we can't just keep saying, make no choice, I think that's the fundamental. We make no choice permanently, then we have to build something on top of that. I think Pak Marty and I agree in the sense that we don't have to just say neutrality, but we must have a positive agenda. Secondly, we need to create trust, and trust within ASEAN by understanding how we work together on some issues. Now, I think that one of the challenges will be economic. And where we are is strategic and economic coming together. After all, the Sino-American tensions, the tensions and differences with China, play out also in the economic field. And this will be something very positive if ASEAN can be better integrated. So I know this panel is less on economics than strategic, but I want to point to the connections. More than ever, we need to think about bringing foreign direct investment, whether from the West or from ourselves or from China and other Asian partners, across ASEAN, not just to any one country, but across ASEAN, to really anchor that down. I think that will be a big test for us. I do want to come in on climate change, which Ibu mentioned, but I think I'm taking too much time, Dewi. So if I can come back to that, I think that's a very important test case for us with El Nino coming up.